1881, the Hamilton Piston Cane started the sugar plantation. By 1888, he built the railroad. And then, around 18, the late 1890s, 94, 95, right there was a great freeze that killed and destroyed the crops. Well, that's what killed means. It means it destroyed the crops. So the freeze destroyed the crops. Economic problems followed, obviously. The sugarcane industry began to diminish. After the sugarcane business began to fail, eventually the plantation was abandoned. So then in the early 1900s, they established a Civil War veterans retirement community. And that's where St. Cloud started. I mentioned earlier that the town was originally called, or some point called, Soldier City. I don't know that that was ever an official name, an incorporated name, or not, probably not. But in 1909, St. Cloud, Florida, was incorporated as the city here in the beautiful Paradise, Florida. That was the beginning of St. Cloud. The state street, we call it the state streets, because the streets are named for the states. On 11th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. Just had to stop for a moment and just take a look at this apartment complex here. Just had to stop for a moment. Take one quick look at Adam's old apartment. Hard to believe that just a short time ago, Adam the Woo, lived in this very apartment. This was the last apartment he lived in before he sold everything, took his camera, hit the road with his van to make his dreams come true. Those two windows there on the right, those last two windows, that was his apartment. Yes, I remember those days. I miss you, son. Here now is a mural mule. It's a mule. It's a mule. I gotta learn to talk. This is a mural depicting the mule livery stable. The old mule stable.
Thank you for subscribing.
You ever ridden a mule? I have never ridden a mule. Ridden a horse or two in my time, but not a mule. I've heard stories and seen pictures. That's it. Part of St. Cloud's history. Check out the Island Cloud Grill here. And two twin parrots. Actually, they're not twins. One of them is uglier than the other one. Flip-flops in the middle. The tropical lifestyle. And around the corner from the grill, we have the ever-inviting, ever-enticing, beautifully colored Welcome to St. Cloud mural. This, I think, was the latest mural that was done just around last year, I guess, 2025. Welcome to St. Cloud. Now look at here, look at here, look at this something here. Let me show you this. Each of the letters
Only Brownie has 3 plies, and it's stronger than any other brand.
If you live in a California zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully.
Good. How are you?
You say stay here this weekend.
Like 90s today.
No need to go anywhere.
Chance of it.
Thank you for
Yeah.
subscribing.
Santa Cruz has a chance of that. Parts of Inland Orange County, certainly the Inland Empire. I mean, we have some spots we're going to make a run towards it. Could be looking at some records being broken today. We do have a little bit of a cool down in sight for next week. Here's the thing, when you're almost 20 degrees above the average, I mean, cool down's relative. You go down 15 degrees, you're still 5 degrees above the average next week, and you're still looking at low to mid 70s and very comfortable conditions. I will go on record as saying, this might be a little too warm. We don't mind warm conditions when they come in late June, July, and August. We come to expect that. But to finish out the month of February with temperatures like that, a little too early. But don't worry, as I said, it's going down. I also mentioned this earlier. It's extremely warm last night. It's extremely warm out there this morning compared to where we've been. I mean, to see temperatures 8 degrees warmer without cloud coverage to make that warm up happen, that tells you there is something at play. It's either an overall air mass or there's a shift in the winds, and we should know it's a shift in the winds. I've been touting it all week long, saying, hey, Thursday night into Friday morning, the offshore flow is going to strengthen. And we have some gusty spots. Thank goodness we don't have aggressive winds across the board, so that
Welcome, everyone. Adam the Blue here. As the recording of this Wednesday, July 24, 2024, I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt because I'm going to be seeing some movie stuff, even though it is MGM Studios where they used to film movies. Touchstone Pictures. There's a lot of stuff in Toronto from Touchstone. Disney MGM Studios. Scott on Tape is here.
Right.
Another day with Cheers on the good Lord Tim Hortons action. So Scott is going to show me around some filming locations.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that after LA, New York, and London, Toronto is the 4th biggest place where they make movies and TV shows. And Chicago coming up right around the same level, but Toronto's been huge for years. Everything you watched in the 80s and 90s, pretty much X-Men, Cocktail, all the Touchstone films, all filmed here in Toronto.
I'm trying to think what else Touchstone was filmed here.
Well, I'm going to show you.
Okay, all right. So I have a couple things I want to see. He has a cavalcade of stuff. Again, leaving this up to this is the Scott Tour Day, Scott on Tape. First spot we're starting off with is one of a obscure movie
That
a
we
lot
both
of people might not have seen, directed by Bob Saget.
Oh, I love.
Dirty Work. And a lot of the cast is now passed on. The only one, Artie's, well,
The one-
Shelley's still around.
And the one that you think would have passed on, Artie Lang, Still O'Malley.
The Norm's
First of the
gone.
comedy.
Don Rickles is gone.
Yeah. Bob Saget.
Saget's gone. Also, some of the people that were in Dirty Work were also in Half Baked. In fact, they were staying at the same hotel. That's why Saget ended up being in Half Baked, where they were doing the production
Are
of
we
it.
allowed to say the line that he says in Half Baked?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So right now, okay, let's do this. Inviting you to join me and Scott on Town.
Alan, come on. Now, let's do it one time. There's a lot of people miss it. Hey, mister!
Now, I probably probably seen Dirty Work about 50 times. I used to watch it a lot when it first came out. I had it on DVD. And I recently watched it about a week or so ago, actually a couple days ago. So it's fresh in my head again. And this was one of the main buildings where a few scenes took place. Coal Industries, and they had the Coal Industries sign right there on top of the Canada Life Assurance building. 3 homeless guys were right there. Also, fun fact, one of the homeless guys, writer for SNL, was also in the academic decathlon scene from Billy Madison, also filmed here in the area.
And one of the homeless gentlemen is also Adam Sandler's writing partner, Fred Wolf.
Okay.
On SNL section in that little Super Bowl.
Norm Macdonald's character offered him $2 to run in the building on a rampage to distract him. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting movie. It's pretty funny.
Right in here.
South Africa.
Can we go in? Probably not.
That's cool.
Run in this door. Run through here. Down the elevator. Alright, so pop in there real quick. That was with the interior sequence. Shout out to Mr. Thrasher.
Johnny Thrasher.
Who did a very detailed filming location. You want to see all the spots.
Line out of his person. I think it's probably a tough guy. Oh, it's Norm.
Nah,
Come on, he was tight. He was a tough guy.
No, he was right there. They flip this around. Artie walks out, and then they launch Norm's study level. Top of the roof. From right there. They also built this stuff. All right, so we're gonna have a filming location day. It's gonna be a mishmash. There's gonna be a huge mishmash. Keep going. Also, not to really kind of harp on Dirty Work too much, but what a cavalcade cast. Chris Farley's in it, Sandler's in it, Christopher McDonald's in it, Norm's in it, Artie's in it, Kevin Chase is in
Norm
it,
and Ross called in a lot of favors for that movie.
John Goodman's in it. Someone was gonna be in it, and they said no. I can't remember who it was. There was like a big actor that was gonna be in it and said no, but what
If you're a fan of Norm Macdonald and Tommy, it's such a Norm movie. Because it goes nowhere. And some of the scenes just go nowhere.
a lot of it does.
And then, we were talking about yesterday. It's really funny, but then it's like watching normal, nothing that I love. Some of the jokes.
Yeah, I just checked the weather, and evidently there's a squall approaching. There's gonna be some storm. Look at that truck. Look at that up there.
24 truck.
We're gonna have a little. I've never been in a squall before. I've been in a storm. Same thing, right?
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very, very rainy.
Very squally.
It's very squally. It's been coming up late.
I think that's a Pixar film, right? The Disney movie.
Squally.
Squally. All right. At this particular moment, it's not raining, but it looks like it's going to be precipitating soon. So we have now arrived at one of my all-time favorite comedies that I've probably seen 300 times. Billy Madison. I know this spot very well. This is where Sandler pulls up playing Billy Madison right over here in the sports car. Had the REO Speedwagon shirt on. He was listening to Stroke Me. Billy Squire. In fact, if you watch that scene, he pulls up right past this very little manhole here, parks the car right here. One of a couple schools using Billy Madison. This is not where he met Veronica Vaughn. That was the elementary school. So in here, you've been here before, right? Yeah. So in here, is this where the academic decathlon also took place?
I'm gonna take you there, see if we can get in.
Okay.
I got in when I did my video. It's really difficult. But it's summer. This is Western Technical Commercial School here in the west end of Toronto. It's a huge school.
So all the students are right here, all the high school students. In fact, there was one sitting at the base of that cement slab here. If you watch that scene, he pulls up, and this is very prominent, this little weird indentation down at the
front gate on the front there.
the front entrance.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times I've seen this movie. Probably my favorite Sandler film. Happy Gilmore probably number 2. Just something about it. I just loved it. And the movie, it was fictionally known as the Joseph Knibb Memorial High School before Sandler pulls up in the car. See this angle right here. Also, another tie-in, Norm Macdonald was in Billy Madison as well. Talk about dirty work and all that. Man, this is really, really, really freaking cool. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Man, that's so cool.
Yeah, I distinctly remember filming over on this side.
Yeah, they're right here. Yeah, you can match that up right there. That's the exact spot, yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's the spot. Disintegrated.
Oh, wow, really?
And
The drapes
it's
are
only
gone.
now that I'm getting new drapes coming in September.
There's a part where Shimmy comes running in. Sandwich here. There's a piano right down here.
Come back in a year, it will be totally different.
Hey.
Oh yeah, it was the revolting blob comes running out of here, the wrestler. Yeah, the revolting blob comes out, tackles him, and then the shimmy was right up there. Right out there at that exit door.
Oh yeah, I see. I see.
And then Sandler goes, man, I'm glad I called that guy. Because he called him to apologize for being a bully.
That's right, yeah.